dungeon once. Ready for the poll, boys. I guess I don't need to say ready for the poll. I guess I just do the timer. Huh? Imagine telling myself to fucking be ready for the poll.
I have a feeling once we get to the other sets of mines, we're going to see problems too. We're just seeing a problem with these two because they're 2 of the 4 people that are picked first every time. They got the same marker again. I
have Zilk as green and Clay as blue.
You do, but Zilk has himself as purple. This can't work until we get this weekor working. Go ahead and jump off the edge. Chaos tried to promote, or trying to give Sil raid lead.
Okay, or I can do Raz.
Yeah, get Raz raid lead.
Yep. Maybe it's Chaos.
I don't even have play on my list. My thing is Pudgy is a healer. Pudgy's not a healer, he's DPS. Pudgy shouldn't be appearing on your list at all.
Does anybody else use the Northern Sky raid tools, the actual add-on/mod?
No.
Something told me to install it at some point, which is why I did. I have that, and that's what was conflicting with the database add-on. It says, so let me try disabling this raid tools and see if that fixes it.
You could demote Raz.
The problem is I don't think it's a problem on your end, because 95% of the raid are all seeing what you're seeing, and then Zilk and one other person is seeing what Zilk's seeing. So I don't think that you doing anything is going to fix the thing. Zilk and that shit that P-Blast all listed, that second package I believe is important. I don't know if that's part of the big package or not. Can you click that second link that P-Blast posted to make sure you have that? It's the assignment auras link. Yeah, I believe Zilk has the other 2, but I don't think that assignment is part of the overall. weakora whack-a-mole. Yeah. And I think that we've got the culprit figured out. We just got to get the weakora fixed. So Raz has lead. So Raz, yes. go in and do a ready check.
How do you do that? Never done one before.
Type /MRT. And then where it says marks bar, enable that. And then put it at the top left of your screen.
Zilk, do you have anchors too, by the way?
And then there's a ready check right there, and that bar is what I use when I read lead. And Raz is the only one with any type of leadership right now, right?
Hold on. Is it reading Pudgy as a healer because Pudgy's in the note?
No. This weakora does not do anything with the note. I believe only Zilk and Gera are seeing Pudgy pop up on that first list, right? Is anybody else seeing Pudgy pop up?
Not me. I've never seen Pudgy on the list.
Same.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Who's
so
Zilk?
I think that it's Zilk's weakora is still. Zilk, did you get that aura weakora? The aura summit weakora? Of those ones that P-Blast linked. Okay, I deleted everything again and subsequently imported the 4 codes that P-Blast links. Okay, let's give that a shot. Pool's open, so Raz hit that pull button underneath ready. Alright, we're good on this one. So Lava's first. Watch the beams.
Sprinkler first.
That should already be popped. It's already taking too long.
So as
Yes,
soon as
yeah.
the list appears, you should pop it.
No. The list appears 5 seconds before the mines hit the ground.
Yeah, but at least as soon as the mine hit the ground, you can pop it.
If you're number
Immediately.
one, absolutely.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I do when I'm first.
Moons always should be standing underneath it. So if it picks you, just go stand underneath it and wait for it. X should run across and go ahead and be where it's going to be, so that as soon as it's time, you can click or step on it.
Yeah, it's the first one that's important because it sets the speed of the rest of them. And you guys see that list when you guys are moving from one side to the other. The list pops up. That's well before the mine ever lands. You have like 5 seconds. I'm still not seeing Clay as a healer. It gave me Gera, so I think something's irrevocably broken. Maybe let's try to boot Zulk from the raid and then re-invite him. Or Zulk just leaves and then re-invite him. Maybe something gets red whenever you get invited. Based off a roll, I doubt it, but we'll give it a shot. And Zulk literally got rid of all of his weak auras and just downloaded the 4 weak auras. Zulk, did you reload your UI after you installed those 4 weak auras?
Well, if he doesn't see me as a healer, that would explain why it missed me on his end and put him first.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how he's not seeing you as a healer.
Here, let me go DPS and then back to healing and make it all
No, don't do
Okay.
anything yet. Don't do anything yet. Let's go again.
too late.
Well, maybe if he does it while he's in group, it'll update it.
Yeah, give it a shot. So Zulk, are you saying you see Clay as a DPS on your raid frames? No. Oh, okay, you're assuming that's what's happening in the weak aura. I got you. Okay. Alright, let's ready check. It fills the 4th slot with a DPS. Let's fill in the 4th slot with Pudgy, who was a healer at the start, right? Alright, pulls open. Oh, it filled it with Gera.
Whoops.
That's not good. Yeah, go ahead and hit the pull. It's okay. And go one more, and then we'll take our break, guys. Alright, Lava's first. And they have different markers. Good job, mine people. This drills look pretty decent too. Just watch the beam. Alright, next set. You guys are already marked for the next set of mines, and it doesn't even hit for another 3 seconds.
Slain.
Slay, you need to get it, man. So keep it going. Let's res Roz. Next set of mines soon. The assignment's already up, so you 2 far people should already be going out there. Alright, so let's practice this since everyone's up. This is the gateway practice. So blue team, you guys kind of want to get, well, you kind of saw it there. So the blue team, you guys want to get kind of knocked towards that back corner, and then the red team gateways across.
Pretty much only blue left. Clarify just so that I'm on the same page since I was dead on that one. Yeah, we
the
want to
boss
be.
almost booped me precisely on the conveyor belt.
Do you want to be knocked towards the entrance or towards where he spawns?
You want to get knocked towards the orange
where-
thing.
Towards
Is
where it
this where the-
spawns.
Okay.
Your goal is to land over near orange. You don't want to if you get booped to the right of green where that gateway is, then the whole group's going to get fucked.
Gotcha. So
You want
towards
to get booped
orange.
to the left of green.
I was dead beforehand, but there was not very many red people alive.
I might have figured it out. Can we get another quick pull? Yeah, let's do a rage check and get a quick pull real quick. Just to test the weak aura. We'll jump off after the first set of assignments go out. You guys can really do it even if people have already started their break. As long as all 20 people are in the room.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
was muted. I didn't realize. Was I 4th on the second set of mines? I didn't have anything on my screen. I couldn't.
Yeah, you were 4th.
Okay. Something's wrong on my end too then.
Are you able to see the list of 4 people?
No, I never have. Well, at the beginning of raid, I got picked 2 or 3 times, and I was second on square. I was just slow to get there.
But you
I
can't
was
see
seeing
the,
it.
you can't see the list of people though.
No, I haven't been able to do this since the beginning.
Get that.
You have to
If
manually
you
turn
open-
that
if you
on.
op- If you open the weak aura and then specifically click on Sprocket Monger, you'll see just the boxes for this fight, and you can move them around on the screen because they're probably in a bad spot to start.
Yeah, I've moved some of them around. I've never seen a list of players.
You have to turn that add-on on. It's automatically, you have to go into the load settings and turn it on because it's listed to never load.
Yeah, technically only the raid leader really cares about that, but I want you guys to see the full list.
Yeah, I mean, before it was working, and then we started playing with weak auras, so I axed mine and reloaded it. Just now it's not.
Make sure you have the anchors. Mine didn't work the first night until we had anchors installed. But do it
Alright, let's
after
go to
break.
full rouse. Everybody in the raid group should be able to see that list. If you can't see the list, then enable that weak aura in the list. It's like those first lists, like you can just never see it.
Yeah, I mean, when it. Oh,
Like
no,
the list
well,
just went out now. It's a list of 4 people. Silk and Clay have different markers, so you guys can jump off the edge.
Yeah, Zilk was listed as 4th there. What was the
Yeah.
problem, Zilk?
Yeah, let's hear how it was fixed, so that in case someone else has the problem in the future. You went Clay on ignore. Oh, shit.
No way.
Oh my god.
Fuck, everyone.
That's a
Everyone.
lie.
Everybody take Shep off ignore. It makes sense because the way a lot of these weak auras communicate, it's through hidden chat channels. So it makes sense that that would do that.
That's fucking hilarious.
How do you guys talk in healer chat?
I'm
My
wondering
guess-
that very question right now.
My guess would be that they never communicate with each other in healer chat. Now at least we know now. Now we just need to get Slay's list fixed. The reason why that list is important, guys, for you guys who are not on break yet, the reason why it's important is because that list pops up like 5 seconds before the mines come out. So if you're waiting for the mine to tell you to run out and get the mine, you're going to be 5 seconds behind, and it's not going to be good. So it's important that we need to see that list.
It shows up like when it tells me that I'm in the next mindset. When it was before, it would say, "Oh, you're third next mindset," and I'd make a note of it. But I don't physically have like a list on my screen the whole time for the phase.
Hey, Slay, if you broadcast, I can walk you through.
Sure.
Everyone should do this too, because like Clay's saying it, or not Clay, like Slay saying, it's just like that's like a single message that comes on your screen that says you're third on the next set, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a single message that you might get 10 seconds before you're hitting your mine, and maybe you got the message, maybe you couldn't read it because you were doing other shit. This list puts it permanently on your screen.
Well, before I was doing slash stays too, and then the time where I missed the mine, I looked up at the chat block. I saw first, second, third. My guy I never said fourth.
Is
There
that
was
the
nothing.
Northern Sky one, or is that the
Rocket
wrong
Ball.
one? That's the wrong one. Go to Northern Sky Liberation of Undermine.
I just axed out Northern Sky and put this one in. I have the database still. But I do
No,
not
you
have-
need the Northern Sky Liberation of Undermine one. I can link it. Up.
That's not this.
It's
Yeah,
the
I'm
third.
gonna get it
It's the third one on that list that P-Blast linked.
Yeah, there's two of them. You have the one that's don't delete. That
I
one
need two
is
different.
that one's the one, the general mechanics one, and the Northern Sky Liberation of Undermine is the Mythic plus hard mechanics. So if you use the hard mechanics or don't have that one, you don't get all the little like buffs and stuff where it says like little runouts or you've got X debuff.
Yeah, so that's what happened when we were having the weak ore issues. I ripped out my Northern Sky one, and I went into Discord and I pulled the just Liberation of Undermine one. So
The way those weak
probably
ores
where
are
I went
built
wrong.
is they're built off of the base weak ore, the one that just has like the normal for every single boss, and then from there, they all access the database, and then the one with the mythic stuff will use stuff from the base one. So if you're missing any one of them, you could run into conflict issues.
That's interesting because I don't think I've ever had this one. I've only had Northern Sky and Northern Sky database.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever had Liberation of Undermine by itself. This one was new to me.
Yeah, the Northern Sky
But
Liberation
this-
of Undermine, it'll have like stuff for 5 of the 8 bosses only, and it's just
The reason you
like-
probably got by with it last time we needed this for the egg boss is probably because you got given just the boss itself, and so it worked fine for just that boss.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I was still getting the polarization stuff. I just haven't been seeing this list that you guys have been talking about.
Because you have to turn it on.
Yeah, so Slay, if
This
you
is-
open up my screen, yeah, it's slow. Like I'll show you all the extra stuff for Sprocket Monger. So it's got swap alert, and it's got foot blasters, the assignments, and a map for where to run.
Well, yeah, I have seen. I did have the map. I just pushed the map off to the side because I was just physically spinning my camera and looking at the room. I did not see the foot blasters list. That is new to me. Okay.
That one is disabled because it's a memory hog. So you can turn it on if you want, but only
Gotcha.
raid leaders would want it, and I don't think it's
Plus, one
actually all
Serge
that
telling me I
useful.
should have on anyways, right?
I would personally, if I'm in there raiding, even if I'm not a raid leader, I've got it on because I don't trust myself to hear the one message. I would rather it be glued to my screen, and then it tells me, like, it doesn't just tell me get to my mine in 3 seconds. It, like, I'll see the first person hit, I'll see the countdown, I'll see the second person hit. If it's me, I would rather have the list on my screen.
I'll be honest, I look at the list exclusively for that mechanic.
Did I just cancel?
I'm not talking about the Foot Blaster's assign map. It's the Foot Blaster debuff list that I wouldn't turn on.
The list is what I'm talking about. The map, I never look at the map. I look at the
No,
list of the
it's-
4 players.
Sir, there's a Foot Blasters assigned /map WeakAura with the 4 players list, and there's a separate Foot Blasters list that's disabled by default that has all the debuffs listed on it, and all your plus and your
The only list that I think you need on your screen is the list of 4 players that have the foot bombs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't have it turned on, and I don't think we'd actually need it, but it's there, just in case you want it.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't ever have to worry about bombs. I'm talking about people that have to worry about bombs.
No, this isn't a bomb list. This is the debuff list and a charge list. If you look at what I
Here, let me look at your screen, because I think we're probably saying the same thing, but I'm not looking at your screen.
You're talking about 2 different things. There's another set of lists in there that's for a whole bunch of other stuff in this fight.
Yeah, what you
Just
have
right
there
off
with
the
that
default.
what you have there with that positive and that negative, I would not put that anywhere on your fucking screen. The only one
Yeah.
that I think needs to go on the screen is the list. It's got 4 players with their markers, and it's got bars right next to their name.
That one.
Yeah, what you have right there on your screen to the right of the map, that is
That-
the only list that I would have on my screen.
That's the one I've got, and the one that's disabled by default is still disabled.
Yeah, so Slay, if you enabled that one that's disabled by default, I would disable that. The one that says Foot Blasters assigned /map, that is the only list that I would have on my screen for this fight.
What about Foot Blaster's trigger list? That sounds like what you're trying to do. I have it now, I think. This is what you want? It's
The
got
Foot
the 4
Blaster's
names and the
triggers.
4 markers?
It's
This-
it's a child of that. So yeah, either way.
Okay. Okay, I see it now. Yep. I should be good then. I have this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is super beneficial, because if you somehow miss that one message that got broadcast to you, you actually see it on your screen the entire duration that we have mines.
Yeah, it was good until I went and deleted something that bricked everything. I should be good again now. And then I have the list as well on top of what I was doing before.
Like, what the hell did you do?
What?
You don't want the answer to that?
Did you say Slay or Clay?
Like, that list in the middle top there, you can just get rid of that Slay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the debuff list. Problem is, I'm getting like shell shocked by the number of menus.
If you click it, like go up in the screen and click that list, it should highlight in WeakAura's what it is.
That one was turned off by default, so it only pops up when you open up this WeakAura screen.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, somehow I got a second sprocket monger. I don't know if somebody nudged that to me and I accidentally hit import. Now I have 2 of them. That's what's killing
You
me.
might have hit what Yep did earlier when he just linked the boss.
Yeah. Might just disable one of them. Just do that. I don't know. I'll run like this for a pull and see what it does.
Imagine trying to do these weak wars that need you to not have somebody on ignore if we still had Panzer base around.
Not Jesus.
Oh god.
I would just quit.
Well, we know for future reference to say, make sure you don't have anybody on ignore and raid.
Where do you
I
even
can't
check that
believe
list?
Of all the times I've had ship on ignore, I can't believe there hasn't been a time that I haven't busted a weak aura.
Yeah, you can't make this shit up, boys.
I want someone to go to the Wago page and go to the comments for this week aura and say make sure that you don't have another player in your raid group on ignore.
Make sure you don't have someone in your raid group that you've known and played the game with over a decade on ignore. Yeah, I played with this guy since, WAD, but, I haven't been ignored all the time.
That's how you make it tolerable.
With Clay before Warlords of Draenor.
It's fucked up.
It's like BC since BC, right? I think that's when Zilk started started raiding with us. Yeah, I knew you raided BC. I don't know if you raided with the guild before that because I wasn't in the guild before BC.
I paid gold to have his priest name changed to /ignore.
Alright, Roz toss lead back to Chaos. Chaos, you can promote Roz and Sil back, and Ice probably.
Oh, God. Okay, Ice. Sil. That's it.
I'm good. I'm reading the comments for this week are.
on
Chat channels to communicate with each other, so I'm super surprised that this is the first time we're seeing this.
You know,
that he found that was the issue.
now that it's come up, I vaguely remember watching Liquid do some of their progress like a tier or two ago, and they had this very similar issue with where one of their players ignored another one in their raid, and they completely broke everything.
Jesus.
Best raiders in the world, gentlemen.
Food's down. Need a couple people to get their flasks up. Need shaman buff. I would have never noticed, except I realized Clay specifically never appeared.
It's fucking great. Just waiting on Squirrel.
If only the raid, well, if only the weak war went off of details, and then everybody could rename themselves to Chaos Shot again, like we did in that one raid, and then it would just be Chaos Shot, Chaos Shot, Chaos Shot, Chaos Shot.
I have nicknames permanently turned off now because of that fucking time, by the way.
Let's ready check again. We weren't ready.
There was like 4 hunters in the raid. I couldn't check who's who.
P-Blast needs flask.
I think I have a screenshot of that somewhere, Chaos, where literally all of details is just a whole bunch of Chaos Shots.
I remember that.
Alright, pulls open.
Chaos Shot in multiple colors.
Alright, you've got different markers. Fantastic. Drills in 5. Bait the drills. Don't drop them in the middle. Drills are out.
Oh, I accidentally ran over a bomb. That's my bad.
Womp womp.
Fucking squirrel.
Womp womp.
It's alright, I'd rather wipe to that than wipe to the wake order for the 20th straight pool.
I made the goal and not merge right into the hole.
I just saw that.
we really should start the counter over, not count those.
True.
I don't want to put Zilk on ignore and see if it does it.
If we all just put everyone in the raid group on ignore, like if we all just ignored each other, would anything work? Like would
The
raid
boss will
checks
die.
work? Would pulls work?
The boss dies. Let's do it.
It's 0-player list happening too. So that list that lists the positive and negative, Slay, if you still have that one on your screen, you can turn that one off.
No,
Like if you
somehow I got duplicates, so I just have 2 of Sprocketmonger lock and stock, so I have 2 of the same list. That's all.
You can delete the one that's outside the group.
Yeah, I just don't know which one's positioned correctly. I'll figure it out in a pull or 2. I'll dial it in. I'm good now.
Alright, it's ready to check. Now we can actually start working on the boss. This is fantastic.
Imagine getting to progress the boss fight instead of progressing the weak cores for the boss.
I'm not gonna lie. I hope the weak horrors go away and they make the fights in a different way.
Gotta make the fights easier. Fights will be easier if they make them not be designed around weak cores. Imagine they actually give you time to deal with the mechanics without having to automate shit.
Right? There's other ways they can deal with it, so we'll see what they do. Or it'll kill the game.
They'll just make it easier. That's what they'll do. Drills in 5. Drills are out. Beam soon. Well, next list is already out, and we don't even have mines for another 5 seconds. Drills in 5. Beams coming. Lol.
And missiles.
Just dodge the missiles. Next set of mines soon. List is going out. Be in position.
Angkor. Murdaki.
Murdaki.
Ah, fuck me.
So wipe, you guys gotta pay attention to the weak aura. I highly, highly recommend if you're going based off like what Slay was doing, where you're going based off of that one announcement you're getting and then you're waiting for it to tell you to go to your spot in 2 seconds. I highly recommend doing away with that and putting the list on your screen. Because the list
No, I had the list on my
super
screen.
clear.
It's like in the middle of my fucking screen. I was just looking right past it.
Just move it to the side a little bit. That was 2 we were slow on. 1, if we're slow by a couple seconds, it's not bad. But if we're slow on 2, what happened there, with the exception of the first one, every other set of mines we get, if we don't pop them fast, we're going to wipe. Too much. That being said, the first 2 sets look great. I know that we lost a couple people to beams, but the first 2 sets were as clean as I've seen it, so keep that shit up. Alright, let's ready check. Need fort. Hole's open. Drills in 5. Beam soon. Well. Next set of mines in 5, and the list is already posted. Drills soon. Good job, mine homies. Watch beams. Lol. Next set of mines in 5, and the list is about to post. Someone needs to hit. Someone needs to hit Moon. Anybody who hasn't hit can hit Moon. Not too late.
At least it showed him grayed out, showing he was dead.
Yeah. Threading a screw's not easy. Yeah, you should never have to thread screws. It's people dropping screws out of position. I'm verbally calling out when the next set of it's drills is what I'm calling, but screws, whatever you want to call it. I'm calling that about 5 seconds before they spawn.
For future reference, the tank is not always going to have the proper side for the polarization when we're moving. So could you give the tank a little extra room so me and Jax can get them into the boss into the proper spot, like directly in the middle? Because I was pulling to between Skull and X there, and I had red, and I could only get to the wrong side of X because there was someone with blue right next to the other side of X.
So I actually taunted it there. It wasn't really my time, but like I taunted it to try to help get in position, but it stayed on you. I'm not sure if you were hitting Death Grip or something there.
All right, let's ready check. Watch the beams, guys. Beams is your #1 killer right now.
We should just do that. Like if you have red and I have blue and we're in the middle of transition, I'll just taunt it, and then you just taunt it back.
One of the things I want to go over too. So on this first set, it's pretty clear cut where the drills go. They go to the back left to store, back right orange. Can I get a couple pings there? Correct. Back left and back right. Now flip the room. Look back the other way. When you look back the other way, on that next set of drills that's on this side of the room, it's actually caddy corner. So the people who are on Moon want to be right where that ping is, and the people who are on Skull want to be caddy corner opposite. Just put in your mind that you always want to be in a position where you can step on the conveyor belt and let it take you.
Nope, not on ping, on Skull. For red
on
side.
Skull. Yeah, back left to Skull. So on the set of mines that we get when we're over here, that's where the people on this side should be, and then to the bottom right of Moon is where the people on the Moon side should be, because the conveyor belts are moving in opposite directions. Just put in your mind that the whole idea is you want to be positioned in a way to where when you get that drill, or screw, whatever you want to call it, you step on the conveyor belt and you keep blasting. Now there might be a little bit, like someone might be 2 yards or 3 yards ahead of you, and you might have to move a smidge, but you guys should be able to stack on top of each other and just blast. Alright, pulls open.
And someone boot me off.
Somebody ran into melee.
Same twice.
No, I was on the wrong side. My fault.
So it's a wipe. Couldn't jump off.
I noticed someone was on the wrong side when I did like the 5-point bounce.
What's real interesting, and I can already tell what's going to come up, is there's actually 2 different mechanics that bounce you on this fight. Does anyone know what the second mechanic is in P1 that bounces you?
The little traps on
So
the smaller.
fucking
conveyor
mines that
belts?
on this, yeah.
Yeah, the little red. The rockets shouldn't boop you. That's they
They
look like
knock you
little
up.
red.
Rockets
Like-
do boop you if they hit if one hits you.
If they hit you directly, correct.
Yeah.
If they hit you head on. The little red hunter trap looking things that are on the conveyor belt, if you hit one of those little red hunter traps, it boops you way up in the air, and it does a shit ton of damage to you.
I like how whenever I'm blinking through this, sometimes it decides to let me blink through it, and sometimes it decides, no, you're going to blink right into this mine. And then it sends me flying up in the air.
Yeah. All right, let's ready to check. You also want to get kind of good at dodging those rockets too, because when those rockets upgrade to the void balls, it's not just you that takes damage, and that's a big killer on this one, Mythic, on people that are pushing for kills. Once they upgrade to the void balls, if you get hit by it, it's like everybody in the raid group simultaneously getting hit with a rocket. It's not good.
No bueno.
Pretty sure the rockets were or those void balls were the entire reason that this boss even took the World First Guilds any amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
two
this
void
first
balls and
bit
you're
doesn't
dead.
seem bad at all.
All right, pulls open. Even the upgraded beams, I mean, you just lose a little more space. It's really the balls that are the hard part when we get there. Drills coming in about 5.
I got drilled in the back where I'm supposed to drop the tank bomb. Well,
Can't jump back
Careful,
like that,
boy.
Jax. You just like stomped the whole red melee or blue melee stack.
yeah, I did.
It's a wipe. Gonna wipe it.
Yeah, someone dropped like 3 drills past the orange marker in the very back, and I ran right into it.
So
Yeah,
for you guys-
I got drills as soon as I popped the one on the blue side, and I was running back to the red side, and there were other drills in front of me, so I kind of had nowhere to go.
Just don't move it to the back. You want to keep your drills as close to the conveyor belt as you can keep them.
I couldn't get to the conveyor belt. That's why I went to the other edge.
And drop it, then just drop it right in front of the conveyor belt. There's room right in front of the conveyor belt to drop them too. You just don't want to drop them up in the melee stack. Yeah, stack and move together is ideal. Ideally, the people with drills, if you're in the correct position for drill, and I feel like people are not wanting to stack on each other. If everyone that gets picked for drills is stacked, then what happens is the people with drills just ride the conveyor belt, or maybe they have to take a couple steps forward. And then the people who don't get picked with drill, they just come right back up close to the melee stack. So if you were denied area, that means you weren't in the right place the first time, right? Which is probably because you were popping mine on the other side.
Did anybody mention that if you get drills, that you don't get it again till the next phase?
We've only gone over that about 20 times now so far.
The weak aura also tells you if you're free. For that
Just to
phase.
reiterate, what Ranker just said is super important. So if there's anyone in the raid group that does not understand it yet, mainly ranged, because melee don't really have to worry about it, but once you're picked for a drill in a P1, you do not get picked for a drill again in that same P1. When we were going over this the other night, someone asked the question, well, how do I know when I can get picked with drill again? And the answer is that when the boss goes in an intermission, that resets all the drills. So when the boss goes in an intermission, the next time he comes back out, you can get picked with drill again. So again, once you deal with drill once, you literally just go up into the melee stack on your side, and you will not have to deal with drills again. What if you don't know what an intermission is? No comment. Alright, pulls open. Because you bet. So, I mean, this is the same group we had the other night, minus 1 person. Intermission is when the boss flies away and the whole room turns purple. You'll hear me say it's intermission. Alright, drills are in about 5 seconds. Drills have been picked. Very good. Those are about as good as I've seen the first set of drills done. Good job. Watch the beam. Next set of mines is already picked, so you guys already have the assignment on your screen. Next drills are in about 5. Be ready to bait. If you've already gotten drill, don't worry about baiting. Drills have been picked.
Gare got mine.
Sorry, keep it going. Sorry. Watch beam. Next set of mines in about 5. Assignment's going out soon. To your ranged homies, make sure you go far.
Ice.
He's got it. He's running back there. We might beat the overlap. Oh, watch the beam. Watch the beam. All right, so get ready next to the gateway. You guys who are on the blue side, you're getting booped, kind of towards the middle and by orange. You guys who are red, you're going to be taking the gateway as soon as the boop happens. It's coming here in about 5 seconds. Oh, there's a swap right there. That's nasty.
Yeah, it was there last time we got to it too. I haven't figured out exactly where I need to go for that.
And it actually does swap people. Fuck.
Yeah.
We just have to be super fast. So you have to change positions. So you have to be able to quickly identify them on gate side. If you get swapped, you need to shoot into position to where you get booped, and then vice versa for the other side. If they get swapped, they have to shift into position, get ready for the gate.
That's our best pull.
That's a bang bang play. It's like you have like 2 seconds to react.
I think this still may be the right place for the tank bomb, because if I go to the other side and people get knocked back that way, it'll be just blow them up. But I watched the tank POV version of this, but with a Demon Hunter, but a Prot Paladin was taking every single one of the party packs and running off, so I couldn't tell where he was going with it.
All right, good pull.
It's almost like when the weak auras are working and everything, and people aren't ignored, we progress in the fight. Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm stroking my beard right now, by the way, too.
So again, just to go over that intermission swap right there, when the boss is right there, you guys are gonna have to very quickly be able to identify if you're shifted. So if you're on the red side, you need to be ready by the gateway, and if you get shifted to blue, you kind of have to pivot where Moon is to get knocked towards orange. And then vice versa, if you're blue, you should be waiting kind of on Moon to get knocked to orange, and if you get shifted to red, then you need to very quickly get to the gateway. You'll have less than 2 seconds, so you really have to be able to figure it out quick.
So this is probably going to only apply to me and Syl. But I can pop Death's Advance and just go where I want to go and ignore the boop. Can I do that?
Yeah, as long as you aren't in line between the 2 gateways, yes.
Okay, so if I'm blue, I can just walk over to blue area, and if I'm the other, I can do that.
Correct.
No reason to even mess with that.
You just don't want to be in line with the other team, right? So if you're red and you're between Moon and orange, you're gonna wipe the raid, and if you're blue and you're between the 2 gateways, you're gonna wipe the raid.
Yeah, I still have to do it correct. I just don't have to do it the way everybody else is.
Yes.
So a question for the tanks for right before that that transition. On that pull you guys were tanking them like right about where I'm kind of jumping up and down right now. Would it be possible to do it like right here?
We are trying to line up with the gate, so wherever the gate is, we can.
Yeah, just move.
Well, the reason
No,
I said though. So the reason I say that is because in all the times I've seen this, red gets booped backwards this way and then takes the gate midair while they're getting booped back this way. But where it was before, we would have got booped back. We probably would have been out of range of taking the gate before we had a chance to actually hit it midair.
Yeah, he's
So
right.
what-
If you react slow, you should really, with the way the gate is right now, you should have him directly on top of Moon, or just to the left of it. That way, when the group gets knocked, they can put themselves in line with the gateway. Yeah, you don't have to be in perfect alignment, but you have to have better timing, right? If
Just need a-
somebody's slightly behind you, then you do have a little more leeway.
just a little bit more. It's like if it's a little bit farther away from the gate, like this way, then that gives a bit more time for like red when they get knocked past the gate to be able to actually click the gate or click their shard. Where it was last time, like I didn't even have a chance to click it, and I was already just flying.
It is fast too. In the videos, it's fast. You have like 1 sec, not even 1 second to click the shard. A lot of people recommend going off the cast bar. As soon as that cast bar hits 0, you should be clicking the shard. Because the knockback is fast. Alright, let's ready check again.
Isn't that beam like right in front of Moon Square on this side of it, and not in between Moon and X? So we actually have a pretty good amount of space here to use. So you just want them basically on Moon or slightly towards the gateway. Is that right?
If you look at the method guide, they tank the what's it called up to the party pack in the middle, and then they drag it over a bit just to line up for the knockback.
Yeah, just like 5 or 10 yards, like right where P-Blast is jumping up and down would actually be really, in between Moon and that position would be very good.
It's just to give red a little bit of time, so when they get knocked back this way, they get knocked back as they're like towards Skull, but then that gives them time while they're in the air to click, to hit their gateway shard. Instead of if you're like right on the gateway shard, you have like almost no time whatsoever.
Yeah, it'll give you like an extra 1/4 of a second to click it.
Okay, I just watched this video. The Paladin taking that party pack on that pull for that last bomb is actually taking it towards Circle, not towards this side of the room. So I'm going to try that this time.
The last party pack, that makes sense because no one's over there.
Yeah, right before the gateway. So instead of coming over here by X and dropping it while everyone's switching colors and figuring out where they're going to get knocked, they just take off towards that side of the room. So
yeah, it makes sense. Just make sure you don't get knocked off, but you're a Demon Hunter, so it doesn't matter. Alright, pulls open. Love being a Demon Hunter. Just double tap that space bar.
Yep.
I miss playing Evoker.
I've got a weak aura that tells me when to hit spacebar.
Drills in about 5. Make sure you're baiting them properly. Drills are picked. Beams in about 5. Next to the mines are already picked. Drills in about 5. Beams are coming. That was very close. Team 2 very close. We want to go a little faster than that. Next set of mines are picked.
I think I blinked onto that on accident.
You did. Chaos just needs to get the other one if he's still alive. He's dead.
I died when it blew up.
That was my fault.
Got a drill on me?
Yeah, drill on melee. People were dead, so.
Yeah, half the raid group's dead.
No, it was spawning on me. Yeah.
Yeah, so the way the drills work is if we have 9 ranged alive, it cannot pick melee or tanks. As soon as that's no longer the case, if we have less than 9 ranged alive, then melee and tanks can get picked. Which is why this boss is a guild killer for people with shitty comps, even worse comps than ours. Imagine trying to do this fight with fucking melee getting drills.
I was literally typing that out, like, get out of here. I think the problem there, Roz, is I think you blinked and I disengaged, and it's kind of the same shit, and we bumped into each other.
No, I blinked like right into the thing.
On top of mine.
Because I thought my body died on the bomb, and then I saw you run over to OJ, and I'm like.
I waited a little bit to blink over, slower than what I have been, because the past few times when I've done that and I blinked over, like it's blinked me right into one of the mines that crosses this thing. So I waited for that to go by, and then I was too slow because of that.
What was the early death there? I think it was ice. What happened there?
Ice's death is.
I hoof knuckled in
Gear
the
grinder?
hole.
Oh, he found
This thing
Fell
right
in the
here. My hoof got stuck.
A Flameth-sized pothole.
Yeah.
Not the size pothole. All right, let's ready check. This is good stuff. We just need to start making it to that intermission. We need to start learning that and then learning the second P1. So the P1s are all pretty similar with the exception of the last one. So it's just, we'll just have to learn the new motions, but learning this intermission, the intermission is very similar between the two different intermissions. So we need to get there and start learning it. Waiting on icing.
He's watching TV.
Are you watching Spectravision?
Spectravision.
I have to
Alright,
watch
pulls
stuff
open.
get booted to Dornegal.
I kind of want to put the whole raid group on ignore now and just see what happens.
By the way, he's watching Bluey.
I'm totally watching Bluey with little one.
Drills in about 5. Drills are picked. Beams are next. Very nice looking first part of the phase there. Next set of mines, teams are already picked. Drills coming soon, make sure to bait them.
Somebody popped early.
Did we go too fast?
Yeah.
Guessing that, what was that? The second or third one?
That was me, yeah.
Second and third.
Oh, I gotcha, okay. Yeah, just slightly too fast. Alright, let's wipe it. We'll go again. I like seeing that though, right? Because I asked Team 2 to go faster because the last time we almost had a really nasty overlap. So I like seeing it go faster. Just wait that extra half second.
Yeah, when I rolled, I used my double jump and it bumped me into it too quickly.
The yeet. You yeeted yourself. God, it's so refreshing to see wipes to this and not to the fucking weak aura.
The weak aura stuff is pretty fucking annoying.
Oh, believe me, I'm happy to. I was going mad to keep with something on my end.
Well,
I mean,
it was.
at least the reason was hilarious.
I mean, that did help.
I mean, it seemed funky, so I knew it was something weird. I just didn't figure it'd be ignoring. All right, let's ready check. Dragon Boy buff.
Yeah, Garrett does. The weak aura does that as well.
All right, pulls open. Last pull of the night, boys. Time to kill this boss. Let's go.
I'm trying. Let's go.
Beat the drill soon in about 5. Drills have been picked. Beams are going to be next.
Y'all are killing me with these drill placements.
Can you spin your camera rails for me real quick? To the back. Those drills all look good.
Now over by circle.
On orange, they were all fucking.
Oh, okay. Drill soon.
Chaos.
I don't have drills.
You have the
No,
fucking
you have the
mines.
bombs.
Blue.
You're about to wipe the raid.
Oh,
Look at this guy.
I don't have
Asshole.
drills.
oh he's
fuck
yelling at me
drills.
for the right thing.
I
This
did.
guy, I'm fucking trying now.
I don't have drills, you dumbasses.
I've never gone on that set, so it's still my mistake. I've always been picked for third set. I thought
Language
that's how it
barrier.
worked.
It must be language barrier.
Definitely. I don't speak New Yorkies.
So I'm fucking admitting I made a mistake. I didn't say I fucking lagged, assholes.
He didn't say it on his screen. He didn't say it on his screen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
No,
3300 IO.
34.
Oh,
Are you still ahead of him, Herm?
God.
Chaos
Damn, you love
3403.
All right, before I lose everyone's attention, that's the end of the night. But please listen.